if you're new to this, if you're going to be doing the filming yourself and you've never been trained, you might want to plan to come in a couple weeks before you're actually filming the event so you can get training, maybe even take the camera out and do a little filming of stuff that won't end up on the channel, but that way you can get a feel for how the equipment works and come back for some follow-up questions. We have a field equipment training video on our YouTube page that I ask all new producers to view, and then you come in, I basically drop the equipment in front of you, it looks a lot like that, and I say put it together. And I'm there to answer any questions, but that way you guys are getting a feel for how to put it all together. And for the most part, if you're doing field, what you need is one of our cameras, a tripod to keep it steady, and while you could do things without a tripod, you gotta understand that that camera is gonna move with every breath you take, no matter how still you think you are. You always really wanna try to use a tripod. And then you wanna use some sort of an external mic. Ron and Jane, who are taping for us tonight and tape weekly Bethel Assembly of God sermons, along with several other programs that are currently up on the channel. Right now they're using a shotgun mic just because there's a lot of us moving around and that's their best bet without having to mic us every time we get up here. The mic that I'm holding is a handheld microphone, and it's actually not meant for the cameras but the PA system, but these are great when you're doing an interview because it keeps all that background noise in the back. So if you're out on the green or in a building where there's a big events going on and there's a lot of noise and you're trying to interview board members or participants and there's just a lot of background noise, you want to be using a handheld mic, not a shotgun mic if you can avoid it, or even a lapel because they're meant to suppress a lot of the background noise.
If you want to just do a simple taping, the camera is very similar to the home video cameras you would use. And I don't want to oversimplify it, but it can be pretty simple to use if you want to just do a simple taping where I might be talking and you might be videoing or we might be interviewing somebody. So it's not hugely complex to use, and you'll find that out. And Shannon does a great job showing you how to do that. It takes maybe a little bit to learn how to use the camera and the equipment. So when I ran for office last time, which was 2 years ago, my husband became, I call it like an expert on the camera, and he did a lot of videotaping as we went out in the community, and I met with folks and I interviewed folks about different issues that were important to them. We would do these videos in like 20-minute segments, and they really folks told us, I mean, yes, we could have done a lot more professional editing, but Shannon was incredible because I would take the tapes back to the studio and she would show me how to put the stuff on it. And because I'm not a technical person, but she really helped to edit the process, and to her credit, she does need to be paid more, but that's besides the point. But
the other thing is go out and start contacting local organizations that you're interested in. If your main interest is to come down and learn the equipment, sign up for training with us first in areas that you're interested in, but then go out into the community and start letting people know that you're interested in doing this kind of stuff, that you've now got the background, and see if they'll let you produce something for them. So you might want to contact Shoreline Arts, you might want to contact the school system, any number of places that put on concerts for the public, because we used to get a lot of those on our channel, mostly because it was volunteers, parents who went out and filmed them, and when their child graduated, they didn't film anymore. We haven't seen too much of that on. So that seems to be something that might be of interest to you in terms of using the skills that you have and starting to get involved here, because first and foremost what we're here to do is to create programming, community-based programming.